Welcome back to another Reddit Excel video where I'm going to be going through some problems on Reddit regarding Excel, and I'm just going to be trying to solve them and just hopefully give some tips and pointers of what I would do and how to maybe go a little step further as well and actually improve it. So if you like these videos, just don't forget to drop a like. Let's get into it. In this problem, I'm going to show you how to create conditional formatting with multiple different rules. So here we have another conditional formatting problem, and this is basically where they're referencing some dates, and basically what they want is if it's been more than a year, then it needs to be red, and if it's 11 months ago or 30 days out, then it will turn yellow. So let's dive straight in. So to do the conditional formatting with any dates, we're going to need to make use of the eDate formula, which basically adds or subtracts a number of months from a specific date. So if we did today and then -1, we should expect exactly a month ago, which is what comes out. So let's put this into our conditional formatting. So we're going to select what we need, new rule, use a formula, and then we're going to say if B2, and we're going to make sure that we don't use any absolute references, which is the $, because it will mess everything up. So if it's less than or equal to a year ago of today, so we're going to use eDate today, and then we're going to do -12. And then if that's the case, then we're going to make it red. And then let's just press OK. And as you can see, that highlights, so that worked, and none of the others do. We're going to need to do the in-between one now. So let's just add another one. And this one is going to be a similar setup. So B2, but this time we're just going to check if it's a month ago. So again, eDate, and we're going to use today, but instead of -12, obviously we're just going to do -1. And then we're going to make that orange. So as you can see there, it's actually highlighted both of them, and that's due to the ordering of the rules. So if we go to manage rules, you can see here that the ordering is not right. So what we should do actually is put a stop on this one and put it above. So when we do that, it will stop when it's greater than a year, which is what, it's the most important rule. And then, because otherwise they'll always highlight, whereas this way we make sure that we don't. I'm going to show you a very fast way to extract a name from a list of data. So this problem, the person has some dirty data, and they want to return a name from these kind of strings. And there's a common delimiter, which is the semicolon. But the only problem here that I noticed is that the name, it could be before or after. So there is a bit of a weird way around this. If you can assume that the name doesn't contain a number in it, then we can do some filtering based on that. This person is already using Power Query, which we're not going to go into at the moment. But if you do want to see something Power Query related, then feel free to let me know in the comments and I will do a video on that. Okay, so this problem is going to be a bit of a chunky formula, so I'm going to break it down into little steps. So we're going to start with the text split, which basically going to let us split our data by a specific bit of text, which is going to be the semicolon. And then as you can see, that will return things at the moment into two different columns because it's an array formula. So we're going to need to do something with that in a bit. So that's how you use text split. And then the next thing we're going to need to do now is regex test. And what that basically does is it allows us to search within a string for a specific combination of, numbers, capital letters, lowercase letters. But in this case, we're only looking at numbers. So we're just going to wrap that array into around this basically, and then our criteria here is going to be this slash with D, and basically what that does is it allows you to find any numerical values. So now, as you can see, it comes back as false and false,
and the ones with numbers in them, you can see here like false and then true. So then now what we're going to want is a filter on these two columns to basically return only the one that returns false. So we're going to wrap that in a filter, and then we're going to filter the text split. So let's just copy it so I don't type it out again. And then our include is going to be anything without a number in it. So at the moment, this returns true for a number. So we actually want not, because we want when it's false, which is a name, hopefully. And then when we do that, it returns the name instead. But as you can see, sometimes it grabs, this one's got a space in front because there was a space there. Here it's returned as blank because technically nothing contains no numbers. So it is true. So what we're going to then do is a text join, so that if we do get 2, then we can put them together basically. So let's include empty. And then that now returns it as we need, and we still got this space here. So let's add a trim on the front. Just like that. And as you can see now, we've managed to extract the name. So obviously the only caveat to this is if this data here is not necessarily got a number in it. If it's like an address or a road name or something, it's not going to have a number on it. So you won't be able to split this way, but for this specific scenario, it works really well.
So there's been another Reddit Excel video. I hope you guys have liked that. If you want to see more of this and you have any other problems that you want me to discuss, feel free to drop a comment below. I've also created a subreddit for these sort of things. So if you have any questions, just drop me a message in one of those places, and I'll try and include it in a future video. So yeah, if you like that, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.